not very well versed on this, and the rest of the world's kind of laughing because this whole like seed oil thing, it's pseudoscience. And I've heard like Canadian nutritionists who are in the know, and they're like, seed oils in moderation are fine. You shouldn't just be eating a lot of fried food, but yeah, your influencer, your local influencer, they don't really care about you, but they do care about making money. They like care about making a lot of money. So I say, live for you. Do not live for other people. Like, there's a lot of people in this country that want you to fall for their propaganda. They want you to believe everything that they say is true because, especially, and I love being America, and I love being an American, but there is a thing about America that I don't. The freedom of speech is great, but the part that you have to be very careful of, especially during the Trumpy years, is your local influencers, guru. Like, there's not going to be any regulation behind it. They can say pretty much anything they want because, oh no, there's no misinformation anymore. Like, that's no longer a thing. So you're going to see a lot of like really dodgy ads. In fact, YouTube's been having a problem with it right now. Yeah, being kind to people is good, but I look great. I don't even know what your problem is, but I see that you're not part of our group. So you're here for no reason. Bye. I have a stalker, by the way. I definitely have a stalker. They've been changing their channel account. They keep coming to my channel to write the same things. Thank you. Like, it's a stalker. Like, this guy, I don't know who it is, but I'm 100% convinced that they're a stalker at this point because, like, they keep writing the same thing, and they've been coming to my channel for like 3 days now. Like, writing similar things, and it's like they're just waiting like for me to go live or post a video. And yeah, it's very fascinating and very interesting, and I think they've done it on 2 different channels that I have. So I'm like, you know what, you want to be weird, you can go be weird somewhere else. And that to me is the hallmark of a like an American, because it's going to be somebody that wants to write things that makes you feel bad about yourself. I don't feel bad about myself. I feel great about myself. So I don't really know what that person's issue is. Like, I do know that they seem to have a fixation with me, but whatever. If you're waiting for me to go live, I guess you don't have anything better to do. Like, you really must want to like engage with me on some level, and you've gone to my channel on multiple occasions under different, like, slightly different screen names. This guy, I don't know. It's interesting, but hey, whatever. But maybe he's like offended that I'm pointing out you shouldn't buy like dodgy programs that charge thousands of dollars from an influencer. Like, is he afraid that somebody might not buy those things? Yeah, I'd be scared. I'd be truly scared. And anybody who follows my channel knows that I walk a lot. Like, I'm literally a pedestrian. So, I don't know. But yeah, finally, like, we're beginning to see, like, no, I don't want to have kids. So I'm just beginning to see that there are people in America that really, really want to play on, and I do believe that people do it in other countries too, but I think in America it's a big thing, especially like right now in these times when you have a president that promotes division. Like there's people that they want to try to make people feel less than. That's good, Danny. That's very cool. They want people to like feel insecure about something, and people will be, they don't like it when you don't buy into that. But you know, all I'm going to say about that is I'm going to keep living an introverted lifestyle, and I'm going to keep saying you do not have to fall for people's like salesman-y. Like it's nothing, there's nothing wrong with buying things. I like to buy things too, you know. I love to buy things. I love to shop sometimes. Not crazy amounts, but I like clothes occasionally. But yeah, if somebody's just selling things that are courses or things that are guaranteed to make your life better, have you ever noticed that people never feel better when they buy those things? They always want something more. It's this whole FOMO, fear of missing out. But you're never going to regret not buying something that you didn't need. And you can actually find a lot of information by researching things on your own. You don't need to buy a course. And guess what? Like these, oh no, I'm sure like some weirdo that's like stalking my channel right now is going to be very upset about this. But all those influencers are probably using AI to write that stuff that they're selling people for thousands of dollars, like some sort of like weight loss scheme or some sort of health scheme. Just eat healthy, eat balanced, and be like a healthy person, a health conscious person. And another part of health, a big part of health, is you build others up every day, all the way, no matter what. Like, because if you're not doing that, then you don't have health within your mind or your soul. So, you know, it's a very interesting thing. People that don't live by the code of like building others up, they're just not for us. But introverted people, it's funny, even though introverted people like to keep themselves more and they don't socialize and they don't party, I've noticed most actually truly introverted people, they actually do like, they're kinder to people. Like they don't go out of their way, they're not fake about it, but they're more like focused on their own growth so that they're not looking like to tear other people down. And here is a radical truth that I learned from my mom. And my mom taught me a lot of things just through, I've read a lot of things, but I've also just learned a lot of things from observing and listening to my mom's stories. So my mom was 13 years old when her mom passed away. So she basically like had to raise herself. Like her dad was around, and then he ended up marrying this woman that really wasn't very nice to them and kind of just left them to clean and cook and do everything while she went off. I don't know, what was she doing? Selling Tupperware or something. And not being employed, but just having like these side gigs, making money on the side to buy stuff for herself, but never for the kids. Like my mom, like very, very frugal person. Like I think they got a few clients a year and that was it. Like just, but my mom told me, you know, she was very sad about her mom passing away, but she didn't want to be somebody who lived her life. Like, of course, she was sad about her mom, but she didn't want to feel bitter about things that people did to her. And I would say her stepmother was very emotionally cruel to her and her siblings, right? But that didn't keep her from living her best life. And my mom has lived her best life, and my mom's very introverted, very, very soft spoken, very quiet. But she focuses on doing things that she loves, like gardening, eating healthy. And my mom is just such a positive person. Like, with the people she does know that she interacts with, all she's ever done was wanted good things for them. And people that are like that, those are the people to be, not like somebody that, and this is my whole motivation for actually like still having a YouTube channel, is I feel like people need that. You need somebody to tell you that your life is worth living, you're precious and you're valuable. And anybody who doesn't like see that in you and doesn't want that for you is not somebody that you need in your life. So you don't need a guru, you don't need an influencer to give you purpose in life. If you believe in God and the higher power of building people up, that's all you need. Like all these people that are looking for some sort of guru in life, you're never going to feel satisfied, and you're always going to feel like you're not good enough. But when you start working on self-worth and building yourself up within, that is going to be where there'll be a shift in your life. And you'll just start focusing on yourself, you know? And these are beautiful, like, sentiments. Like, focus on yourself, focus on self growth, be more distant. Like, if somebody, like, if you encounter people, like, let's say, and this is just something that came up on my FYP, and I feel like people that are into social culture, like, kind of outgoing culture, like where they think they always have to go to like social events or be around other people, especially in their youth. They feel like kind of disenchanted when they're not part of the in group, or they feel like they've been used for some way. Like somebody might use somebody to meet somebody else that they really want to hang out with. That's when you should decide to take a more introverted path in life. Like, what is it that you love? Like, do you love fashion? Do you love art? Do you love history? Do you love reading? Like, do you love gardening? Do you love cooking? Good food, which, by the way, eating delicious good food is one of the most beautiful things in life, really, that a lot of people don't get, or they just don't want to get. What do you love in life that will fulfill you beyond being surrounded by a social group of people that don't really care about you? And this is like, to me, I live my introverted life just wanting to have a small group of people that are in my court. I distance myself from people that don't have my best intentions. Like, if somebody's not going to go to the bring point and back for me, where if I knew I was in the hospital and they would be there sitting with me, talking to me, if I don't have a bring point person, then I don't think that that person's worth like knowing much in life. Like, I just feel like I've I'm back to my more introverted way, because there's a few people I would be there for in life like that. And if somebody's not going to be like that in life for me, then I just don't have to acknowledge them too much. And I know some people are like, but I feel sad, like, if I am not, like, if I tried to be somebody's friend or whatnot, and then they don't show reciprocity. No, it just means that that person isn't for you, and you need to find people that you have those ties with, whether it be family or friends. And having a smaller social circle for us more introverted types that want to do self work and working on ourselves within, that's so important. Because if you're focused on being happy and trying to make others feel good in life just by focusing on the positive, I know a lot of people think negative trash talk is the way, but these people are wounded creatures. Like, there's something missing within themselves. Like, what do they need to do? Do they need to go to therapy? Because I do believe, like, people that want to focus on negative things on others or trying to tear other people down, I'm going to suggest that they seek out therapy, because there's something within them that is not healed, to where they think being a bully or just trying to project their insecurities on others is the way, but that's not the way. And, I could talk on and on about this, but that's my only thing I'm going to say about this. Is in an era where division and trying to make people feel less than is like kind of being promoted, you can distance yourself from that. You don't have to be part of that. Like, you don't have to be part of the group of people who thinks that, cyberbullying or putting other people down or not building people up is the way to the top of life. But it's not, because what do those people have to show that is good and positive in their life? Because people that are working within themselves, they would not engage in those things. And that's my most crystallized, like, message, is that I always see my mom as like somebody that I really admire, but she's like the quietest person, and she would never talk about how she is like tried to make her life like surrounded by doing things that make her happy, not focusing on things that could have been sad. Like, she could have spent her entire life feeling sadness about her mom passing at a young age, and feeling sadness about having a step parent who was cruel. And yes, that can be a horrible thing, but you know how we've learned to deal with things like that, and maybe it's not like the most accepted way, but we just kind of laugh at how ridiculous her stepmom was. We're like, what an insecure woman. Like, she had to marry another man's wife, like who's, had passed away, and she was so insecure. This is how insecure her stepmother was, that she made my mom and the siblings take down every picture of stepmom, of original mom. Like, the kids can have one picture of her in the house, and that just seems so weird to me. Okay, like, and my mom talked about it a few times, and we were just like, how insecure was this woman? Like, why? Like, you married another woman's husband. I mean, albeit they were both widowers, but like you married this man that had kids, and one of the first things you did was make sure that they didn't have any pictures of their mom in the house. Like, that's the weirdest thing. And we just, like, at the time, that did hurt them. Okay, they did feel sad about it, but now looking back, they're like, what kind of an insecure person does things like that? How insecure was she, And I don't know. I just always think about that. Like, anybody that has to revel in cruelty, or needs to make somebody feel less than, or just wants to, like, think of negative things to say to someone, they're not doing work within themselves. Because truly, like, inspirational people, do you hear, like, doctors, scientists, are they going out of their way to make other people feel bad, or are they focusing their time and their energy and their intellect on discovering things, sharing actual information, not disinformation? Yes, disinformation is still a thing. It is definitely still a thing. I know some people don't want to believe that's a thing. It's definitely still a thing. So watch, like, what do people do to build others up? And that's going to tell you everything you need to know about that person. And if somebody's not somebody who builds others up, and they don't want the best for people, then those are people that you should distance yourself from. And it's actually one of the healthiest things you can do in life is to distance yourself from people that don't want the best for you, and don't look for the best in others. I would just, that's my message. But everybody has their own walk to live, and I'm just going to start focusing more on, I always focus on positivity, but I really, really want to hone in on that. And I'm at a point where this has got to be the way. 2025 is the year of growth and happiness and positivity and learning to grow and, like, do work within. So the best thing you can do today is, if somebody has hurt you in the past or said something cruel to you in the past, the answer is, do not be like that person. You can be hurt by things that people might have done and said to you, but don't make that your whole life's crucible. Like, don't spend your entire life fixating on the hurt and animosity you have towards what other people did. You can be the best version of yourself, and you can be the antithesis to what they did. Like, rather than be, like, let's say you had a horrible grandparent, and you can be the amazing grandparent. Let's say your mom wasn't very nice, then be opposite of your mom. I mean, I'm not saying that you have to talk to your mom. Like, let's say your mom has been very horrific to you and just very cruel. I'm not saying that you have to talk to her, but you still could talk to her and have a boundary. Like, there's a way that you can talk to people. Like, you could be cordial. You could wish them happy birthday. But if it means that you don't want to go and have lunch with her because she's going to start bringing up negative things, because I'm telling you, anybody who needs to focus on something negative towards other people, they're lacking something within themselves, something that they will never, because they don't want to do the work to become the best version of themselves. When you're working on being the best version of yourself, you're never going to be trying to say negative things to other people, because you're going to be looking to build other people up. And if you feel like there's something within you that could be improved upon, then focus on that. You don't need to, like, say anything negative about other people, because it doesn't make you a better person. But people of God don't do that. If you believe in God and a higher power, you wouldn't do those things. That's all I'm saying. Like, people that actually believe in God, they want the best for other people. They believe, like, in helping other people. They believe in a sense of community. And I know right now it's becoming popular to say, oh, I don't believe in community. And the individual above all others. And I do believe in life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, but you're right. I'm doing good, Hassan. Your right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness ends where another person begins. You don't get to just wreak havoc on other people because you want a certain thing, you know? Anyway, I'm gonna wash I have like one of these little Lunchable type things. Not Lunchable, it's kind of like a bento. It's sort of like a bento box. It's a very stylized one, I guess you could say. I'll wash it by hand, get it nice and clean. Get in there all the crevices with our little sponge and everything out. Nice warm water. Oh, there's still a little bit of BNS on it on the outside. Hot water. Hi. Okay, I guess so what I can say at the end of the day is, you know, fiction's fun. But truth is just far more important. Because blessed be the truth seeker. And when you're a truth seeker, you just don't have much time for negativity or people that don't want to build others up and people that don't seek out the truth of living the best life that you can live. And the best life you can live is by focusing on how to build yourself up within. And you don't have to be everybody's best friend and you don't have to say anything fake. But if you have an interaction with somebody, make it positive, make it kind. Because anything else is not worth your time of day. If you're on a self-growth journey, that is. Because people that are actually on self-growth journeys, they don't have time to tear other people down. They're focusing on how to build others up. That's part of like health, by the way. That's part of health that your influencer crowd is not going to talk about. Because they're going to, and this is nothing against your local influencer, but it's a business, it's a market. They want you to feel insecure about something, so you buy something. But I just say, if you don't need it, then don't buy it. Like, you can actually, there's a lot of things that you don't have to buy, and you'll be just fine, you know? I'm just saying. Hot water rinsed out. Let's see. It's pretty clean. That's good. It's very clean. Nice. Now I'm happy with it. Alrighty. So, yeah. So, learn to live your best life. Nobody can live your best life for you. When you're ready to start living your best life, that means that you're going to find out who's in your court and who's not. And if you're more like to me, if you're into the introverted life, it's not that you don't care what other people think, but if somebody is worth their weight in gold, you don't want negative people in your life, because negative people just don't have a place in your life because they're not on a self-growth journey of any kind. They're just not. And if they say that they are, if they're not building others up, they are not, because they're not on a mental health journey. Part of self-growth is learning to be mentally healthy and positive. And I don't care about the people that want to like dabble in the world of negativity. I'm over it. It's one aspect of American freedom of speech culture that kind of sucks the role of women, honestly. It's not so cool. It's just like, oh, you feel like insecure about something, so you're going to be a bully. Bullies need to end. And bullying is just not cool. Bullying, it was never cool. It's not valid. It doesn't have credence in my world. If it has credence in your world, then go be a bully on your own channel, but I don't really care about you. Obviously, though, I've had some weirdos that stalk me, and they seem really fixated on me, and they always wait till I go live to write some weird things. And yeah, I'm glad that I spoke out about it, because obviously they've been like obsessed with me. Like, why are you so obsessed with me, weirdos? Like the ones that want to be negative. Like, if you're so happy with yourself, then go be happy with yourself and work on yourself. Like, you would think, like, if their life is so happening, then why are they here like every time I go live with similar, I don't know. I do find that funny. And I had a feeling that one of them would show up, but I silenced them because that's how we do it in our self growth journey. And I think that's the last I'm going to talk about it, because we're on a self growth journey where we build others up every day, all the way, and we build ourselves up. It's a good way to be. Thanks for watching.